All right, let's get right into it. We think the fight for respect is all about what we say, having the best argument, the cleverest comeback, but the truth? The game is usually over before you even open your mouth. How people see you, whether you're a leader or just another face in the crowd, that's all decided in silence. The source material for this whole explainer just lays it out there with this line. It's so direct. This isn't about getting people to like you. This is about commanding respect. And it really sets the tone for everything we're about to cover. The goal isn't to ask for respect, it's to make it non-negotiable. 7 seconds. That's it. That is the entire window you get. The source calls this the first impression clock. And trust me, it is ticking, and it is relentless. In that tiny sliver of time, you either project authority or you broadcast submission. There really is no in between. So let's really dig into this moment, right? The 7 second judgment. Because in this tiny window, all these little unconscious things you do with your body can just completely torpedo your credibility. You could be the smartest person in the room, but if your body language is telling a different story, nobody's going to hear a word you say. Now, here's the thing that gets most people. This is a total blind spot. They have no idea that their posture, where they're looking, how they're moving, all of it is just screaming weakness. It's like your body is out there telling a story that you didn't even approve, and it's undermining you every single step of the way. And that brings us to the absolute core idea of this whole thing. Your body language, it's not just some passive thing that shows how you're feeling. No, it's a strategic tool. The source even calls it a weapon, something you have to learn to wield deliberately to get what you want. And this slide just lays out the difference so perfectly. Take a look at the left column. Slouching, fidgeting, rushing around, looking away. These are the default settings for most people. They're submissive signals. Now look at the right. An expansive posture, stillness, deliberate, calm movement, steady eye contact. These are power cues. They don't ask for anything, they command. Okay, let's get into some key terms here. First one up, postural authority. And listen, this is way more than your mom telling you to sit up straight. It's about strategically choosing to take up space, standing tall, shoulders back. The source is super clear on this. This has nothing to do with being comfortable. It's a physical signal of dominance. And then we've got microsignals. You know what I'm talking about. The person tapping their pen, shaking their leg, constantly touching their face. These little, almost invisible movements, they just scream anxiety. But the flip side, steady hands, minimal, controlled gestures, that reinforces this image of someone who is in total calm control. These tiny little signals have a huge, huge impact. So we get the problem, we get the principles. Now for the good part. Let's get to the toolkit. This section is all about your arsenal, the tools you need to master the silent language of power. Look, this isn't some kind of magic trick. It's pure biology, pure mechanics. An upright posture, taking up space, that's hardwired in our brains to signal dominance. Steady eye contact, it builds trust almost instantly. And here's the kicker. Controlled movements don't just look calm to other people, they actually calm down your own nervous system. It's a feedback loop. Your body literally tells your mind how to feel. I mean, just picture this scenario from the source. Two people walk into a room. The first one kind of rushes in, looks at the floor, and immediately starts fidgeting with their phone. The second person pauses in the doorway, stands tall, scans the room, makes eye contact, and then moves deliberately to their seat. Who owns that room? Come on, it's not even a question. Respect always, always follows the calm, deliberate presence. And that leads us to the final, and honestly, the most important part of this whole thing. This isn't just interesting information. It's a call to action. This is your daily battle plan. These aren't suggestions, they're drills. Direct orders designed to reforge your body into that tool of command we were talking about. So here they are, the 5 core drills designed to systematically tear down your old habits and build new ones. We've got the 3-second entry, the slow blink, the space claim, microgesture elimination, and the presence check. And the most important point here is this. You can't just think your way into this. Mastery only comes through practice. These are drills you have to execute every single day. No excuses. It's all about building that muscle memory until these power cues are just your natural state of being. All right, let's break them down. Drill 1, the 3-second entry. 5 times a day, anytime you walk into a room, just pause at the door for 3 seconds. Stand tall, look around, lock eyes. Done. Drill 2, the slow blink. Instead of blinking fast, which signals anxiety, you deliberately use slower blinks to show you're calm. Try it 3 times a day. 3, space claim.
Every meeting, every time you sit down, consciously take up space. Uncross your arms and legs. Put your hands on the table. Own it. 4. Micro gesture elimination. This one is huge. Once a week, film yourself talking. Find one nervous fidget and make it your mission for that week to kill it. And finally, number 5, the presence check. Find a friend you trust and ask them for a brutally honest weekly critique of your presence. That's how you find your blind spots.
So, really, it all boils down to this one simple, powerful order. Your job is to own the room, not by being the loudest, not by being aggressive, but with a silent, powerful presence that's felt the second you walk through the door.
So I'll just leave you with this final thought to chew on. Every single day, your body is speaking for you before you've even said a word. You don't get a choice in that. The only choice you have is what you're going to let it say.